Hi everyone, Mira Reisberg here, and I'm so excited to be doing a video critique. I'm going to be doing, I think, four of them, one each week. And the thing is, with doing video critiques, it's so much easier to show rather than tell, which is kind of the mantra for writers, but it's also for illustrators too. Now, Anastasia has skills up the yin yang. She's really fantastic. I'm going to show you a quick peek at her website. And this is her whimsical style. And then this is more her fantasy style. But when you look at these, you can see that she's really, really well trained. She knows anatomy inside and out. Here, she's done a pretty good job. A good job keeping characters consistent. But that's a little more problematic with what I'll be critiquing, and that's probably going to be one of my main critiques. So let's go back to Photoshop, and here's another suggestion for Anastasia. I love this character. She's really wonderful, but my eye goes right into her mouth and also into that massive hair, which I don't believe. And there's something going on with the ears. So I went in. Oh, and I also want to point out what I love. She's fantastic with movement, is fantastic for shortening here, also with the parrot or parakeet. And I love how she's got great figure ground. And what that means, we can see what's in the foreground closest to us, what's in the middle ground, and what's far away. And that helps us focus on what's most important, which are these characters that make a really nice composition because they form a triangle. So other illustrators out there looking at this and watching this video, do see if you can figure out what underlying geometric shapes are behind your books, behind your illustrations, and that will help you make a more pleasing composition. And she's got these diagonals pointing, and then she's also got this V that's, these two front trees which are creating a frame. So it's very sophisticated. But I had real issues with the teeth and with the hair. So what I did was I just flattened that hair a little, just quick and dirty. Oop, and there we go. And I also got rid of the back teeth because we don't need them. We don't need every single detail. And those teeth, and then I made the teeth not quite so white. So fabulous work, and now she's more of a believable character, and I also fixed up whatever was going on with the ears. I'm not sure if they were earrings or she just had really, really, really long earlobes. But to me, this is more appealing. And I just want to preface it with something I say to all my students, which is take what you like and leave the rest. And here's number 2. Okay, so, I would love to see a little more figure ground happening here. It's totally fine the way it is. I'm just going to bring this down, make a copy. So I just drag it to the layers there. And I'm going to use the wand tool and just select as much of the background as I can. And you can see quick and dirty is the name of the game here. And all I'm going to do is, I'm on a Mac, is Command L. Oh, hold on, I accidentally got something I didn't want to get. So I'm just going to go in with the lasso tool, which is just L on a Mac, and using Option. And I'll just do the same here. Okay, Command L. And I just want to lighten it. And let's move that and see. Maybe not quite that much. Okay. And then there's one other thing that I want to try, and that's to bring a texture on top. And I have a nice concrete texture, and let's see if I can find that, just with the background here. And it's just beautiful brushwork. It's very arty. I mean, it looks computer, which I'm usually not that crazy about. And if she brought in traditional, if Anastasia brought in traditional art making textures, it would really help with that. But I don't mind this. It's just so stunning, her work. So let's just open. This may or may not be a good fit, but let's give it a try. I know you're thinking, oh my God, she's going to put concrete on top of that. And I'm going to paste it right on top. And I'm just going to make it really faint. So now it looks like it's watercolor because I changed the opacity to 20%. And here's another trick I could do. And I don't know if I'll like this or not, but I'm just going to try it. And that's the thing with art making. You've got to just play. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do Command-Shift-I, and that inverts everything. So that inverts my selection. And then I'm just going to have white in the background here and delete. And that definitely makes it go further back and brings out our main character. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to copy this again, and I'm just going to bring it right here for now. It's fun, isn't it? And I think the issue is the chin shape. See how it goes down into a little point? I'm not going to spend the time doing that, but there's some great Photoshop tricks, including the warp tool, which I'm sure Anastasia knows because I love her. Her work is fabulous. I know it makes it a little harder for me to do my job when the work is fabulous, but there are little things that you can do to just push your work to make it that little bit better. So, and here we're looking down because we can't see her underneath her nose and underneath her chin. But here we're looking more up because we can see inside the palm, we can see inside her nose, and we can see under her chin more. So Anastasia, see if you can just tweak that face shape a bit. And as I mentioned, I'm not sure what's going on here with the ears, that it's the same color, but I would just get rid of it and make it more like ears, because that's very confusing to me. And unless it's really clear what's going on, I would just make it really easy for the viewer. And then I would also just, I'm someone that loves big hair, and when I was younger, I had big hair. But it's a little much. I think she's going to be just as fabulous and just as adorable if you bring the hair down just a smidge. But beautiful work. And let's have a look at, yeah, so just, pull your backgrounds back a little so we've really got that focus there. Anastasia 3. And then here it's really not looking like her. And it's that same issue. So this is a similar one where we're looking down, but look at how much rounder the face is here. It's definitely a bit more square on the sides. So I would play with that. She's also a bit younger looking here. And part of that is because it's looking down, but another part is because the eyes are much, much bigger. So I would bring the eye size down a little more, and she's also not wearing her signature glasses. So you want to keep that, you know, what's the word? It's like a signifier for who she is, unless it's another character, but I think it's the same character. And then let's see what else. Let's have a go at playing with those eyes just a little, because that's what I do. That's what I love to do. And so I'm just going to copy that eye, paste it, and then I'm going to bring it down just a little. So I'm not making the whole thing a whole lot smaller. I'm just making it, I know it's that, wide-eyed expression, but you can have that wide-eyed expression without it, while keeping your character a bit more consistent. And let's do this. Command T, oops, escape. Command C, Command V, Command T. And then let's bring the chin down a little more. I know, isn't this wild? And T. And you know what? I'm going to escape that, and I'm going to use the warp tool. Edit, transform, warp. And maybe, and then here I'll just use the stamp tool. Let's make that a little, and that's just S. And what you do is you option click, and that enables you to select a color that's adjacent. Ooh, we didn't want it selecting the lip. Okay, I don't want to spend more time on this because I'm worried that it's going to be boring for other people. And just, just keep working it till you get it where you want it to be. And the thing is, because this is digital, Anastasia probably has layers set up where she can just go in and tweak each individual layer to make it exactly the way she wants it to be. And I also, it looks like her head is in a bubble, but I would bring in just some bits of that original pink here and there, just to connect it a little more. And then the last thing that I would do is I would just bring that top of head down. I mean, that's still a massive amount of hair, just massive. And Command I, and then W to select this area here. And then I would just use the fill tool, Command G. And that's very, quick and dirty. So these are fabulous. And I think depending on the story, and a publisher can see that you've got the skills with these. I would love to have you in illustration course, in our illustration course. Not so much for technique, because you've got fantastic technique, but for little tweaks like this, and also to open a bunch of doors, because it's, it really is just a matter of time before you get published. And I suspect that if you took our course, it would just be a lot sooner. Okay, I have one more thing to say. Here, this looks like it's a double spread, so you want to pay attention to what's in the gutter and that it doesn't get distorted. And the gutter is the center of the book, where the two pages come together and create a sort of a little abyss down there where important things get lost. And actually, this would not be good in terms of that, because if we look at what the measurement of this is 7 inches, so half is 3.5. Whoops, right in her face and glasses. It would really be never put your, important things anywhere near the gutter, like faces, hands. Yeah, if it's a double spread, maybe something like that would work. Because you could have it going through the microscope, not microscope, or what's that called? Magnifying glass. And then you could have the tree here and then have your text here, because none of your images have left room for text. So that's something else to consider. But I love your work. I think you've absolutely got what it takes to be very successful. And I look forward to seeing what you do in the future, and hope that I get to have you as one of mine one day. Okay, that's it for now. I hope this has been helpful for you, Anastasia, and for other people watching this. So thanks a lot, and bye for now.